assistant number 1, assistant number 2. Okay. See, sir, what is the use of assistant number 1 and assistant number 2? Okay. So suppose as a user, either you are working as a something called Windows admin or a Linux system admin. Yes, whoever you are typing some commands. Commands means what? Suppose you are typing like PWD, present working directory, ls command, list out all the files and folders. Okay. Afterwards, some of the commands, something called to create a users, we are using user add command. User add. Sir, what is the user add command? User add is a command which is used to create a users. So these are all different commands, and we can also use mkdir command. Mkdir, right? Mkdir command to create folders. We use mkdir command also. And we use rm command, mv command, like this cp command. We use different commands, right, friends? See, suppose if you're requesting a command, something called user add kk1. Yes, you are supplying user add kk1. That means what? You are trying to create a user on a Linux machine. So as soon as you type like this and press enter button, the request comes to this place, boss, assistant number 1. That means what? Operating system informing to the assistant number 1, hey, assistant number 1, please take this request immediately and verify this request immediately. Okay, verify. Why verification? Because user add is a command which is available inside or not. Please check one time. And this fellow is right, typing correctly or something wrongly. Please check one more time. This is a right statement or wrong statement, and command is available or not. Please check one more time. So that's why assistant number 1 takes the user request and verify the user request whether the command is available or not. If it is available, good, excellent. If not available, then immediately assistant number 1 will show you some error message. Hey boss, whatever the command you are using, that is invalid command. Please type a correct command. Like this, whenever we supply any statement on a Linux machine, this request comes to assistant number 1. So assistant number 1 is working under the control of operating system only, right? So, okay, assistant number 1 verify all your inputs. That means what are your inputs? Whatever the inputs you are giving, okay, that inputs will be verified by assistant number 1. Okay, right. Suppose, sir, okay, if it is a right statement, then what next, sir? So if it is a right statement, then assistant number 1 will convert this as a, okay, another format, and this format will be given to assistant number 2, another format. And that means what? Assistant number 2 understand this format. That means what? Assistant number 1 takes our request and converting our request into assistant number 2 understandable format. Assistant number 2 understandable format. So that assistant number 2 understand this request, and this request will be forwarded to, yes, some other fellow. Okay, yes, this is what? Server. This is what? Hardware, something called, yes. So this assistant number 2 directly connecting with this hardware. Hey, hardware, this is our request. Please execute immediately and give response immediately. Like that, assistant number 2 is talking to hardware. Sir, is it possible to talk the hardware? Okay, By user? No. As a user, you are not able to understand the hardware language. And the hardware understand the binaries only. Zeros and ones only. Okay, right. That's why you are unable to touch the talk with the hardware. That's why the operating system is providing this kind of environment for every user. That means what? The operating system is maintaining the two assistants. Assistant number one is taking your input and verifying your input. If input is good or valid, then this process, okay, the next process will be commenced. Otherwise, the process stops. That means what? The request stops and come back to error message. Hey, boss, please, like this. So if it is something called a valid statement or a valid command, yes, this will be created another format. That format will be given to assistant number two. Then assistant number two directly talk with the server. That means what? Hardware, server hardware for execution purpose. This is the way our applications are running. Our applications are executing. So just I have taken a simple example as a user add command. So okay, instead of user add command, just imagine that this is your real-time application. That means what? Real-time applications means what? So your daily life, you are dealing with so many transactions. Sometimes you are dealing with the balance inquiry transactions. Sometimes you are dealing with the e-commerce portal items bookings. That means what? Articles booking. Sometimes you are dealing with movie tickets booking. Okay, movie tickets booking a program. Okay, articles tickets booking, articles booking program, and balance checking program, and also yes, deposit program, deposit, and also ride booking. That means what? Ride booking, ride. Yes, booking your ride. These are all the programs. Sir, programs is what? Program is nothing but a software. A software is nothing but an application. Application is nothing but an app. Yes. Sir, what it contains? It contains some related instructions, a group of instructions which are written by using any kind of programming language. Sir, why you are using this software? Why you are using this program? Yes, with the help of this program, I can able to work through online. Otherwise, online work is not possible. That's why most of the business owners are, creating their softwares to run their business through online. So like this, think like that. So instead of user add command, yes, this is your real-time case. Yes, simple balance check program. So I am giving you some request. Hey, check my balance immediately. That means what? A balance check request will be coming to this fellow, first fellow. The first fellow is verifying, hey, balancing software is available inside a server or not. Oh, balance check software is available and it is running. That's why this will convert this balance check program into some other format. This format will be given to assistant number two. Assistant number two will be talking to hardware. The hardware will be executing this program and you are getting your output. Hey, boss, your balance is 18,000 rupees. Like that, you are getting the output. This is the way the internal application process happening. Yes, this is interrelated things. Or yes, just like I used the user add command, instead of user add command, think your real-time applications. Whenever you are booking any ride, so how it is going on? Like this only. Whenever you are, checking the balance, how it is happening? Like this only. Simple. So, sir, without assistant number one, is it possible to execute so is it possible to forward this request to assistant number two? No. Why? Because whatever the request you are giving to mission, assistant number one can understand, but assistant number two don't know our language. Assistant number one can understand our human instructions or a human language. But assistant number two cannot understand our human language. Assistant number two can understand only hardware language. That's why assistant number two is continuously talking with hardware. Assistant number two continuously talking with hardware for execution purpose. So that's why assistant number 2 is a mediator between the assistant number 1 and the hardware. Okay. Sir, what about assistant number 1? Assistant number 1 is the person who is the mediator between the user and the assistant number 2. Sir, what is this nonsense? Oh, what is the terminology? Yes, assistant number 1 is nothing but what we can also call as a shell. Assistant number 1 is nothing but a shell. Okay, assistant number 2 is nothing but a kernel. Okay, understood, sir. Kernel is different, shell is different. Now you tell me, what is kernel? The kernel can understand hardware language. The kernel can forward the request to the hardware. That means what? A kernel 24/7 talking to hardware. So kernel is what? Kernel is one kind of a software program. Okay. Yes, kernel is one kind of a software program. Most of the people thinking that this is a hardware. No. This is a software program. Yes, which was created by the operating system creators. Okay. That means what most of the people are calling as this is the kernel is a core part of operating system. That means what a main part of operating system, heart of the operating system, brain of the operating system. Why they are calling like this? Because this kernel can understand hardware language. Okay. But a shell, what is a shell, sir? A shell is an environment. A shell is an environment which is used to, provide a workplace. Yes, workplace. That's it. That means what? Input and output operations. Input and output. That means what? Request and response purpose. We are using a shell environment. Sir, where is the shell environment in Linux? I will show you. No problem. So this is what? Shell and kernel. What is a shell? Shell is a software program. It is an interface between or a mediator between the user and the kernel. Sir, what does it do? Is kernel can receive the user request. Kernel will verify the user request, whether the request is valid or invalid, whether it is available in our server or not. If it is available, yes, then it proceeds the next level. If it is not available, yes, come back to user. Hey, user, you typed a wrong message. You have given a wrong message like that. This will give you some error message, boss. Some error message like this. So, first of all, try to understand assistant number 1 and assistant number 2. Okay. All assistants are managed by operating system. Okay, sir, understood. Okay. But while doing the hands-on, you can understand very well what is a kernel. Okay. What is a shell. Okay. Sir, what about hardware, sir? I'm not understanding hardware. Yes, hardware is nothing but what? Inside a server, we have a hardware components. Yes. Hardware components in the sense what? SSD, disk, hard disk. Afterwards, CPU. Okay, one more hardware component. Afterwards, the RAM, one more hardware component. Yes, these are all hardware components. Afterwards, NIC and network interface called Ethernets. Why, sir? Ethernets for network internet purpose. Okay, for internet access purpose. Okay, so all this are hardware components. SSD hardware, NIC hardware, RAM hardware, CPU hardware. All hardware components are managed by operating system. That's it. It controls all the hardware components. It controls all the hardware components. But major task can be done by kernel only. Kernel. Yes, very important item. Kernel. So like this, we need to understand the kernel and the shell and the operating system. Okay, understood, sir. Okay, really good. So, for example, simple example, this is a real-time application, real-time